Welcome to Running on Empty, the podcast with a goal to get you out the door and running even when you're running on empty. I'm your host, Ashley Cahart.
And I'm your co-host, Kamile Randall.
And this is our first episode. Oh my God, it's out there. We're doing it. Okay, so, well, I guess we're here to talk about running. So how was your running this week?
It wasn't as great as I would have liked it to be. I didn't find enough time because I had multiple things happening, multiple social events. But I got some new running shoes.
Ooh.
And I am super excited. So I don't know if you know anything about Asics.
Well, I mean, I know that it's a Japanese company.
I didn't know that.
Because, I learned something about them, I think, when it was like the Tokyo Marathon or something like that. Sound Mind, Sound Body or something like that. They're Japanese. That's about it.
Like, that's what it means? Like,
yeah.
Ah, cool.
And I know that Americans say Asics.
And it's supposed to be said.
And Europeans say Asics or something like that.
Well, it's Lithuanian. You would say Asics.
Yeah.
So I have white feet, and I've been looking for good running shoes for a long time, and I've run in Brooks for a long time.
Yeah.
But they're kind of like hard on your feet. Have you ever run in Brooks?
I do not like Brooks. It's funny, like, I think that people have the brands they like.
Yeah.
And you kind of stick with them. And every once in a while, like, there's a brand where you just like hard no. And like, I would never wear Brooks.
Yeah. Well, I used to wear Nike or Nike.
Nike. It's American. It's official. It's Nike.
Nike. And I hated it. Like, my feet would always hurt. So then I found Brooks, and Brooks was like, oh, they have white shoes, so my feet don't hurt when I run. But they were hard shoes. And so then I went to buy new shoes because I needed them for the marathon, and I tried on every shoe they had in the store. I really want to wear Hokas.
Yeah.
But every single one that I tried on, I don't like them.
No.
Like,
okay. Well, I wear.
So I have Hokas, right?
Yeah, I have two shoes in my rotation. And one of them is the Hoka Clifton.
Mm-hmm.
And they're super cushy. I feel almost like when I'm standing waiting at the traffic light, like I'm wearing high heels. They're so tall.
Yeah.
I do really like them.
The heel drop is very
they have a huge heel drop because like right now it's really popular to have the super cushiony shoes, and I do really like them. But also sometimes they feel maybe too cushiony. I don't know. It's really weird because I would think the more cushion, the better.
Yeah.
But they say that's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
And it's down to like what you feel and like what works for you. So like with the Brooks, like I also thought they were hard, but I thought they were so hard that it was just like, I don't know, Frankenstein shoes.
Well, like I had like Brooks Adrenaline GT 23 at first, and those were really hard. And then the 24 ones, like the next ones, they were a lot softer. Like they were a lot softer, but still, like they're very, like they're not elastic, like when you don't push off so much, but they're very stable. And that's what I also liked with them, because with the Hokas, I feel like I put my feet in pillows, and then like I don't feel like that they're pushing me off the ground. And also I feel like it's so soft that my ankle can roll in any direction.
Right, so you don't feel stable.
Yeah, I don't feel stable.
I know a lot of people like the Brooks Ghost.
Yeah, I don't think I've even tried them on. I don't know. But yeah, I know a lot of people that run in them too. Like that's a shoe I see on Strava quite often. But okay, getting back to Asics. So I was looking for shoes for my marathon, and then I tried on a lot of shoes, and then I tried Asics Nova Blast 5. That was the latest model before, and I heard some comments about them, and like people were saying that they're really good, but they're not very stable, and like you're supposed to run in them if your pace is faster than 6.
Okay.
So it's a good like versatile shoe. You can do recovery and speed, but only if your recovery is like faster than 6.
Yeah,
kilometers per hour.
Maybe not for us all the time.
Yeah, but I tried them on in the shop, and I was like, they're not like really stable, but they're not unstable as well, and they're not wide shoes, but my wide feet feel great in them, and I just like fell in love with them. Like they're so comfortable. The only problem is that they wear out quite quickly. Like people say around 500 kilometers. I have 300 maybe in now, so I do feel like it's less elastic at this point.
Normally, how many kilometers do you run a pair?
Depends on the shoe, depends how it feels. So I think I aim for like 700.
I use Runna, and which is like please sponsor us. That would be nice. But I do like that they have on there that they can, it collects the kilometers that you run on your shoes, especially when you have like multiple pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
And so I set mine to 700.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that my Hakas, once I hit 600, I notice more of kind of like them dying than I do on, say, like my Nike. So I wear Nike Pegasus as my other one. So I kind of rotate between the two. And right now I have 2 pairs of Pegasus and the Hakas. The only reason I have 2 pair of Pegasus is because I bought a fresh pair for the marathon, because the other ones were also, they were like around 500. And it was interesting just the other day because I was looking. So my Hakas are at like 650. I can feel it. I only wear them on super easy runs. But my Pegasus that are at like 550, they feel way fresher than the Hakas, and it's only like a 50-kilometer difference. So maybe that cushioning like breaks up more. I don't know.
Most likely. But then, so the Asics that I have, they have been feeling like they're wearing out. Like they're still like, okay, I can run in them without any problem. But I was still thinking that I'm preparing for something in the autumn, so maybe I need shoes. And it was also actually you, because you were like, do you only have one shoe?
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we went for that run. We went for a run and you were the day before it was raining, and
I was in triathlon the day before with those shoes, and they were wet after.
Yeah, and then I was like, you're like, they're still wet. I'm like, what are you wearing the same shoes for? Yeah, because I heard, I mean, like, I don't know like how scientific this is, but that it takes the foam like 24 hours to repurpose.
Yeah.
So especially too if they're also wet, that's not helpful. Yeah. But like, so that you should give them that rotation. So it's a nice excuse to buy more shoes.
Yeah. I used to think that all those Instagram influencers don't know anything that they're talking about when they're advertising their 17 pairs of shoes, but you do need a couple of pairs of shoes, because I have my trail ones too. Like I do have those ones, but I don't like to run in them in the city.
I forgot about that. I do have trail pair too, but mine are really for snow more than anything.
That's the reason why I bought them, but I use them for trail too. And then because you said that I need to have 2 pairs, and I was like, okay. So I went to the shop the next day, and because Asics Nova Blast 6 came out, and I haven't heard any reviews because they came out this July.
Okay.
And I went to try them on because I was thinking maybe I should buy another model of 5, but because they were in the shop not far from home, I thought I'll just try them on. I went to the shop, I put them on my feet, and I'm immediately like, I love them. They're so comfortable. And so then I watched a few reviews. So basically they're supposed to be just as cushiony and energetic, but just like a little more, like it helps you push off a little better. Like, so it's a tiny bit faster of a shoe, and then the foam is supposed to be better, so it should last a little longer. But after I've said that, I bought them last Saturday, I think, or Sunday. I haven't run them yet. No comments yet.
I was just going to say, I was like, so how was their first day out?
No, because I only ran a easy run, so I ran my old shoes.
In your older ones? Yeah. Okay. So then next week we will have to hear about how that worked out.
Tomorrow I'm going to run in my new shoes.
Perfect. Well, so, I also have something new.
Mm-hmm.
So this week I did my long run on Saturday, and I started with some new gels. So at the
what brands?
So I bought 2 brands. I bought Cis Beta, which is 40 grams of carbs in one gel.
In one little packet.
Yeah. The second one I bought was Never Second, which I think is 30 grams per. Because I had
30.
I had seen a thing that like you should get at least 60 grams of carbs per hour. And so I thought I'd give them both a try. So right now my long runs are not really getting over the 20K mark because I'm training for a half marathon. So I'm only taking one gel. Like if I was training for a marathon, I would probably start kicking them out every 5K. Mm-hmm. But so anyway, actually really quickly to back up. So during my marathon, I decided that I was never going to eat that brand of gel ever again for the rest of my life. I'm not going to say like who it was, but it's not anything against them. It's just like, I'm done. I can't do that.
Maybe in a few years you can circle back, but
it reminds me of like, that alcohol you drank at university that now someone could not pay you to drink, because you're like, no, I drank enough Jägermeister at 20 years old or whatever to survive a lifetime. I won't drink it, you know?
I cannot look at whiskey the same way.
It's that kind of thing. So I'm just like done with that gel. So I decided to try some new ones. But what I was doing too is I was eating chews as opposed to gel, like the actual gel.
What's a chew?
Like the little like gelatin type gummies.
It's like it's not like it's less liquidy, right?
Yeah, it's like not as firm as a gummy bear. Because I actually tried some gummy bears and stuff in the past, and like it was too much work.
Yeah, you gotta work chewing. I did it like last year in the winter when I was preparing for my marathon. I did this little test when I would take different type of gummy bears on every run, and I did like the viral thing, the
nerd clusters.
Yeah, those as well. Those are actually the best because they kind of melt in your mouth. But I did Haribos, and I did different types of Haribos, and it's just like, especially in the winter because they freeze, you just gotta hop.
Yeah, it's too much. Like I occasionally will on a last minute thing, if I need something, I will go to the store, and this is a hot tip, buy the cheapest gummy product they sell because they're actually the best, because they're usually the softest and like easiest to eat. Like they're not good quality at all, and all you care about is sugar. But anyway, so I was doing the chews. So this is the first time doing a gel. So I just took the one. So every week for 4 weeks, I'm going to just test the different flavors and things. So I went out with the Cis Beta 40. I forgot what it's like to eat a gel.
Did you get it all over you?
No, I didn't get it all over me, thank God. But I was like, ooh, this is gross. Like I forgot about the texture of them. It'd been so long because I probably hadn't had like a proper gel in a year because I've been eating the chews for so long. So it was a bit of like a shock to my system. But it also showed me like it takes me a while to eat it. Like I think I probably ran like 500 meters before I finished it, which actually I think might be a good thing. So like we'll see, but I totally forgot about the texture and stuff. It was a bit weird, but it worked. So I ate it at, I want to say like 40 minutes into the run. I was doing 15K. So I thought like, let's do it like, maybe halfway. And I did feel like that extra push because I felt really good. It was hot, but I was really focusing on it, trying to be easy. And again, like kind of how I talked about previously that, it's okay. Like there's no pace right now. The whole point is just to go for 15K, and it was cloudy. So I was able to run along the river and enjoy myself, not be miserable. But it was a interesting thing. So this week I'm on deload. So next week will be my next flavor to try. But the only other thing too is like, I don't like a lot of the flavors,
But have you tried Morton's?
Not yet. That's the one, because they don't have any flavor, right?
Yeah, they're flavorless. And I thought it's going to be disgusting. But actually, that is the only gel that doesn't upset my stomach when I run big things. So I ate half of my marathon, I ate Morton's. And then that half of my marathon, my belly was completely fine. And then I went to Never Second, the ones that you bought. And I used to love Never Second, like especially the passion fruit flavor. But immediately like thought, I'm gonna hurl it, like had to go to the bathroom multiple times, like it didn't work because I think the flavor itself is the problem too. Like, and then the Mortons, they're not really like gelatinous, but they're also they're a gel, but they're a little like a thicker gel, but they're not a chew. It's a very like interesting good consistency, so you can like squeeze it into your mouth and you can breathe without choking, but you have to like chew it a little bit. So I kind of like, I didn't expect to like them, but they are actually worth the money.
I'll definitely put it on the list. And this week it's hot again. I don't know. I went out a few more times. I actually went out yesterday. It was like 27 degrees. That's like, people will laugh that are from like hot places because 27 doesn't feel like much. But if you're from like the northern part of the world, it's hot. And then in Fahrenheit, I would say that's like probably like 80 degrees. It's actually not too terrible, but for us it's a big deal. And I thought like, okay, yesterday when I went out, I said, we're just gonna go easy, like there's nothing to worry about here, like let's just stay in the shade. And it got me thinking about like all the runs I've been on in the heat. And like, how do you deal with all of that? I think like, because they said, I saw a thing that says that it takes between like 3 and 14 days to get used to high temperatures.
Yeah, to acclimatize. Is that the
Acclimatize,
word?
yeah.
Acclimatize.
To acclimatize, which is like understandable. It's the middle of July, except we live somewhere where
That is not possible. It is impossible to do because one week it's plus 15 and raining the whole time, and then the next week it's 27 for 5 days, and then next week again it's gonna be 16, I think, and raining again.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw that in a couple of days it's going to go back down to 17. So it's like, yeah, so like for Fahrenheit people, that's like, oh, imagine it's like 85 and then it's 60 again. And you just keep going back and forth. So we don't really have the chance to like acclimatize to it. But I was thinking about hot running and like my experiences with it, right? Because it's still summer. And so like we should talk about it. Tell me about your experiences with really hot runs. Like what's a hot run you went on that really killed you?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I don't remember a single. No, maybe actually I do. So I went to Australia this winter. So it was winter here in Lithuania, but it was summer in Australia. I have never experienced summer like that. A little bit of a context background. Like we got out of the airplane, like Lithuania, when we left, it was minus 17, I would say.
Wow. I don't know. What is that in Fahrenheit? It's below zero.
It was very cold. And then we came and landed in Sydney, and we went out of the airport, like into outside. And it was 38 degrees.
Oh my God.
And like literally the air felt like as if you are I don't know, like when you stand next to a campfire and the wind blows into your face, and that hotness, that's how it felt.
Yeah, you open the
Like,
oven and it's like blasts.
Yeah, it was that, and it's just the air outside. And of course it was like a airport parking lot, so it was worse, but still like horrible. And when it says you have to acclimatize in 2 weeks, I didn't have the 2 weeks. I had to train from a marathon, and I had to go from like, it was more than a 40-degree change for me, and I had to go and run in Canberra in that heat. And also Canberra is very hilly, so that also added to it. So the hottest and the worst, and like I still remember it with, like, I can still feel the pain, was when it was really hot, went on that vacation, but I also caught a cold, so I got sick. And I was in bed for 1 week. I couldn't like move. I had like a high fever and so on. And then I eventually got better. And for my marathon plan, I needed to do a 5K time trial. So the whole run, I think, was like 7K, but like the 5K in the middle were supposed to be, I don't know, I don't remember what was the pace, but like 5:30 or something, like a fast pace for me. And I was just recovering from my illness. It was my first run after my illness. I ran it in the morning. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe. And it was already 29 going to 30.
That's the worst, because it's crazy, because it's the coolest time of the day, but it's like you can feel it's coming. Like there's nothing. So it doesn't even feel like you're in cooler temperatures, because every minute you're out there running, it's getting hotter.
Yeah, it's getting worse. And I think that's the mistake, because then I later, like when I recovered better and so on, then I had runs in the evening, and it was hotter, but it was easier to do it because it was like cooling off whilst I was running. So I don't know, like, or maybe like I got acclimatized by that time,
and also like the sun is strong, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
because it's just later in the day, like the sun is
Yeah.
dwindling down, maybe.
Yeah. No, but it was also sunny, and I was running like the hills, so I was like in the sun constantly almost. I think it was maybe just acclimatization. But so that run I had to do, and I picked like a very flat place compared in Canberra, and it was around a lake. And I just remember running, and I ran at like, the pace was, I was supposed to, let's say, was 5:30. I was running 6:30, and like struggling and dying, and like I had to stop multiple times, and like old people were running around me, and like I thought I will throw up. And like I don't often feel like I'm gonna throw up whilst running, but that was like, that's like my limit. Like when I know that I'm gonna leave my breakfast on.
Yeah.
That's how I know it's
and
really
because
bad.
those people are used to it, right? Like they're fine with it. Like, and you're
Yeah.
just coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it was real bad. How about you?
Yeah, like last summer I was on like a short holiday with friends in Warsaw in Poland. It's funny because all these stories are like, and I was training for something and I didn't have a choice.
No, but you don't.
And runners are always like, I don't have a choice. And so I had to go out a couple mornings with them. And so my friends were like, we weren't like super early risers and like jumping out and going out to do stuff. So I thought, okay, yeah, like I'll get up at like 7:30. I'll go for my run. By the time I come back, like I'll shower while I'll go out for breakfast. It'll be nice, And it was like, going to be 35. So I went out and it was the same thing. It was like, okay, it's only 26. It's only 26 right now, and today's going to be 35, so this is fine. No, like it's just like every step you take, it's getting worse and worse. And I really love running in new cities. Like, I think it's fun. It's like a great way to explore, and you get
Oh
to see
yeah.
lots of stuff way faster. And two, you can be like, oh, I checked out, I don't know, I ran past this really cool bakery. Later we can go there, you know?
I just feel like I feel like I'm the coolest person when I do that. Like, like I'm traveling and I'm also running. Like, look at me.
I know, like I'm seeing all this stuff, you know? So you can see something, you'd be like, let's go. But then on the other side of that, when you're running and traveling with like you don't know exactly where you are. Like you plan out a route and stuff, but you don't know the sun situation. You know, like if I'm in Vilnius, I can tell you at any given time of day, like where the sun is going to be beating. So now, I mean, even though I made some mistakes and went on the river when I shouldn't, I know what time of day I can go to the river. I know what side to be on and things. But you know, you're in a new city and you're just like, oh, I was going to run to this park. Look, both sides of the street are full sun right now or whatever.
Yeah, and like you also don't know how the heat feels because the degrees are one thing, but then humidity and everything else, like it affects everything.
The humidity too, yeah. So I was like going down, I was like running through their old town, which was really pretty and stuff. And I'm running along, and then I get to the top. I'm at the top of a really steep hill. And I'm
Mm.
thinking, I cannot go down because if I go down, I'll come back up. So then I switched. I went a different direction, ended up in this park, which was really nice. But again, it was like so much sun in it. I kept having to stop, right? I'm running out of water. I don't know where to get more water. I'm just in the middle of Warsaw at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. So no one's anywhere, you know? And it was just like so hard. And I ended up having to walk 2 kilometers back. And at the time, I felt like such a failure. Like this is like a year ago, and I had, I'd been running consistently for like a year and a half at that point, and I just feel really bad for myself then to be like, well, you're a loser. Like you can't keep up.
But like, like you can't, like it's nothing it's of your choice. Do you know why is it hard to run?
No. Well, I mean, obviously I'm hot, but
But like it's basically your body is struggling to release the heat because usually you release heat in just like your blood vessels dilate, so then like the heat is coming closer to your skin and then like it evaporates that way, and then like in sweat as well, like sweat release also helps it to evaporate faster. So that's why also humidity is very unhelpful because it makes you can't evaporate your sweat as fast. But then so when your blood vessels dilate to cool you down, then it means that the total volume that your body has to circle the blood through becomes bigger. So your heart struggles to like to deliver the blood to all of this new place that now opened up, so it increases the heart rate, and then the fatigue happens faster as well because like the muscles aren't getting the oxygen as fast as they are supposed to have. So like your heart rate increases immediately, and then like it's not just perceived effort, it's actual effort you have to put in that it becomes hard.
yeah, there's there's I think, and I don't know what it is exactly, but there's like a rate of like how much slower you should go based on temperatures, but like you were saying earlier, just like, oh well, I would normally run this at like say 6-minute kilometers, and today I'm doing it at 6:30 and it feels the same
Or harder.
or harder. Yeah, exactly. Like that can happen, and that's okay. I mean, I think you just have to kind of accept that it happens. I think there's a lot of things you can do that help with the heat running that I've experienced. Like one is like obviously cut back. Like you don't have to do these like hard sessions. Like if it's just not possible, don't do it.
Are you good? Sorry to interrupt you, but are you good at running at perceived effort? Like, are you good with?
That's exactly what I was
dealing with
going to
your
talk
head?
about was the running at perceived effort. Maybe, but you know what I do instead? If I'm going to do intervals, I'm just going to get them done. But I usually only have like one of those a week. So if that's just going to be terrible, it's just going to be terrible and I'm going to get through it. But for RPE, what I tend to do is I have to put my mindset in that this is an easy run and it is easy for me. Like that sounds silly. Like I just say that twice, but I'll be running and I'll go, this is easy. This is relaxed. We're relaxed. We don't have anywhere to be. And it's really funny because this week is a test of that, because yesterday when I went out, I was telling myself that, and I went out at my normal easy run pace.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home and I was shocked that I managed to keep my same pace. And it was because of my mindset telling me it's okay. Now, that's not to say that I didn't stop for water at every water fountain I saw.
Oh, but that's a good pro tip that you taught me as well. Like we were running one time and you were just like, okay, go drink again.
If there's water, drink the water. Like don't think it's fine, I'll get another one. Because now I see runners who run past it and I'm thinking, fool, like just stop and drink the water. Like,
maybe they're sucked up. Maybe they have like full shorts of water.
They're crazy. I don't know. Like they're a camel, I guess, you know? So drink the water and stay in the shade. Like the shade is monumentally different. At least I don't know around other places, but in Vilnius, I don't know how it feels like you're in a different country when you're in the shade versus when you're in the sun. So I try to do that too. I think, you know, also it's good if you're interested in trail running. It's like a time to explore that stuff. If you can get out in the woods somewhere. Of course, if you don't live somewhere that's got that, you've got to do what you've got to do. But then another thing you can do is jeffing. Do you know what jeffing is?
No, never heard it.
Jeffing is was coined by an Olympic runner, Jeff Galloway. So jeffing is walk-run method.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I think that it's really cool, and I think it's great for people who are getting into running, because I think a lot of couch to 5Ks use jeffing. So they say to them like, okay, go out, run for 30 seconds, and then walk for 2 minutes, and then run for 30 seconds. And it really works for some people. I don't particularly think it's helpful for me. Like when I started running, I used a method of more like, I'm going to run 1 kilometer. And then maybe I have to take a little walk break, and then I'm going to try to build that up over time rather than like the shorter bursts. But there are people that run marathons using jeffing, and they get the same times as other people who are actually running the whole time. So jeffing is also like a reasonable thing to do when it's hot, especially, or like if you were trying to chase the shade, you run in the shade. Oh, every time you hit the sun, maybe you walk. You know, because it's just too much. Or maybe you do the opposite. Maybe you run through the sun and then you take walk breaks in the shade.
Yeah. Like, so I've never done jeffing in my running career, air quotes. But it's just because like if I run and I start walking, it's really hard to start back running. Now I just don't think about it. But when I started out running, like I just couldn't. If I started walking, I'm done. Like I'm not going to run again. So that wasn't working for me. But then I would just like run really, really slow, like run at like walk pace. And that also was helpful.
Yeah. So that I think, because I'm the same, I think you and I are very similar in like our journey into how we got into being able to run like a 5K. You know, I'm the same. So like jeffing doesn't work for me, but I know lots of people who it works really, really well for. It's just down to like how your motivation works and what your goal is, like for your own mind. I think jeffing is really good because it's for people, because it says like it's okay to walk. Like, did you see that thing? I forget, was it at Berlin? What marathon was it where it was? Oh no, it was Boston, where Nike had an ad that was like, runners welcome, walkers tolerated. Yeah, and everyone went crazy because it was like runners, like that implies that runners can't walk.
Yeah.
I mean, Boston Marathon is also a qualifier marathon with like really speedy times,
and it's very hilly, right?
And it's like it's got a couple of really big hills in it. So I think that has something to do with it. So they got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's quite mean.
Yeah,
because I hear from my environment and I guess social media too, how like some people don't qualify themselves as runners or don't allow others to qualify, like gatekeep, you know, running. And that feels like in that scheme. And I don't think like if you run a little bit and then you walk a little bit and then you run a little bit that you're less of a runner. You still run. Like it doesn't matter how much, right?
Yeah. And I think the people that do that, I think it's really important for people who are getting into running to know that a real runner would never, ever shame you for walking. A real runner is just excited that you want to run too.
Yeah.
Like we just want more people in the cult. The more people we can get, the better. And if walking a bit is like part of your thing, then fine. Like I think that's a really big part of it. When I had started a run club, my rule was we run as fast as the slowest person in the group.
Yeah.
And the slow isn't a bad word there, kind of like how Coach Bennett from Nike says.
Yeah.
It's not a bad word, but like that's the pace we're going to go at, because
slow is relative. Whatever is slow to you isn't slow to me, or whatever is slow to someone else isn't slow to you as well.
Exactly.
That was quite confusedly said, but the idea stands.
Slow is as slow does.
Slow helps in heat.
Yeah.
A lot.
Are there any other things that you do that like help you to get through summer running?
Well, I think one thing we haven't mentioned so far and is very important is sunscreen.
Yeah. A hot tip recently
Mm-hmm.
that was very helpful. So, you put on your sunscreen, you go for a run, and you just feel like it's melting off you and it's gone. And so you still get burned, because I have that problem all the time. And then I saw someone saying, put it on at least 30 minutes before you go out.
Oh, you haven't done that?
No, I was like putting it on like 5-10 minutes before I leave the house. So now in the morning when I'm going, and I know specifically that it's like going to be sunny, before I even eat my breakfast, I'll put it on and then I'll get dressed so that it's already like sunk in, because I wasn't doing that. I also wear a hat every single run.
But with the sunscreen as well, like it's important to like to get like a water resistant one so that it doesn't like sweat off with you. And do you know why is it important to have sunscreen?
Well, I mean, obviously you don't want to get burned.
Yeah, but also like burning itself is like unpleasant, but one of the things is that burning makes your skin inflamed, which harms the blood vessels, and then like the blood flow is even more difficultly delivered.
So like you said earlier about how like when you're hot, the blood vessels are getting larger, then on top of it, it's like all inflamed.
Yeah. So then you can like reach heat stroke or heat exhaustion a lot faster if you have a sunburn. There's also some theories that sunblock itself like block sweating off and like reducing your heat, but still like it's less so than if you get a sunburn. But yeah, hats.
Hats are amazing as well. I have fringe, or bangs as Americans call it. And I just found a long time ago it was way easier to stuff it under a hat. And now I can't even run without a hat.
Yeah.
I run with a hat on a treadmill in the gym.
You're that person.
Yeah, I am that person.
But I, for one, cannot run in a hat because I get overheated immediately. I evaporate probably most of my heat through my head, apparently. And then, like, I just can't. Like, I just feel so hot if I have a hat on. And, like, that's in any season. The only time I can have a hat on is when it's, like, -degrees.
Oh, that's so interesting. No, I'm so used to it. I mean, it's hot. I now have multiple hats. I have they're all baseball cap style, but I have ones for winter, and then I have ones for summer that are more breathable.
Yeah.
But and also they have to be washed quite a bit.
Do you have the specific running ones or just like baseball
No,
caps?
I have specific running ones. I have an Under Armour one that I love. I actually have had a couple Under Armour ones. I also have a neon one for winter. I can't think of the name.
Visible?
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it, the brand it is right now. I bought it in Denmark. And then I also have one from Satisfy, which is more of like a cycle style one. But yeah, they're all like really lightweight.
Yeah, maybe that's my problem because I tried running only normal baseball caps, like I think they're made from
Yeah,
cotton.
I think that's a bad idea because it's just so thick. And the problem with cotton is that, it doesn't evaporate at all. So you just end up with wet. Also, I haven't tried it, but if it gets really hot, I saw a thing where it was just dip your hat in water, like cold water, and put it on your head and go. Because during the marathon, I was throwing water on top of my head at one point.
I didn't because it was snowing in April, but I have done that whilst stand-up paddling. This is not running, but it was still like a hot day and I was on a lake and it was real hot. And I just put my hat and my linen shirt in the water and then put it on myself completely wet. It was unpleasant at first because it just runs all over you. But then after that, it's real nice.
Yeah, I mean, it helps to cool you down. So I think it's drink the water, put the water on you, have the water everywhere.
I also read about these methods. I've never tried them, but people that are a little bit more professional in their running than we are, they run with these coolant vests. So it's like a vest. I don't think it's actual ice packs, but something like that, like a trail vest that has that. And then when you run, it cools you down the whole time. And then some people also try cooling themselves 30 minutes before they go for a run. So you could do a really, really cold shower if your water goes that cold, or ice bath, I guess.
I saw at the Paris Olympics, Sifan Hassan, who won the gold medal at the marathon, who I love. She's like amazing. I just think she's so great. She wore this kind of headband. And yeah, that was supposed to cool her. So there was like all kinds of stuff that they had, because the Paris Olympics was like 35 degrees, I think. Like Eliud Kipchoge, who is the greatest marathon runner in the history of marathon running, he dropped out. It was too hot, like, and it wasn't worth it for him. So it was a really intense and hot race. But I think like in the end, we have to think about summer running and heat training as thinking about, though, we are just regular people just doing regular runs. It's like acclimation training. It makes you stronger, so every hot run that you get through, just remember that even if it was like feels like in the moment that it was the worst run you were ever on, you still made yourself stronger by going on that run in multiple ways. You made yourself stronger because you got out there when it was hard and did the work, right? You made yourself stronger because you acclimated your body a bit more to heat training and that kind of resistance. And then number 3, you're just a badass because you went out for a run today.
And you did a hard thing. I think that like this kind of hard running when it's in the heat and you have to push yourself, it makes you way stronger, and like it prepares you for a fall race or whatever. Even like when I ran in Canberra and then I came back to Lithuania and it was -15 again, I felt like I am on drugs.
I know. I had the same thing. I was running in Tel Aviv and it was 30 degrees. And then the next week I traveled to Copenhagen. It was 15 and I thought I was the fastest person on the river. Like no one could go faster than me, which is not true at all. But I just felt like so powerful in my runs. So maybe this weekend we're going to have amazing runs in the cooler temperatures.
Yeah. Well, I think it's next week, but still.
It's still coming.
And like, I guess we train our bodies to acclimatize a lot this summer.
Yeah, for sure. So if you have a crazy summer running story, we would love to hear from you. You can email us at hello.runningonempty@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your stories because we'd like to share those as well. And like, what are your experiences running in the summer heat? I think let's wrap up now with our win of the week, which, Kamila, is yours. What do you have?
Oh, yeah. So I have this. It feels like an irrelevant story, but it made me feel so great. So I joined a functional fitness gym now 2 months ago, apparently. I didn't even realize how time flew.
And what does functional fitness mean?
I don't even know. we have a strength part in the beginning, like for 30 minutes, and like different days of the week it's like a different program. So one day is legs, the other day is top body, the another one is like skills, and like it's literally just like strength training with weights. And then we have the conditioning part, which is, I would say, it's just like the endurance part. We have a cardio machine of one type or another. There's the rowing, the skier.
Yeah, the skier, the Hyrox people love the skier.
Yeah. Love. I don't think they love it. And then you can do a bike or you can run on a treadmill. And I usually never run on a treadmill because I go to those workouts with like weightlifting shoes, so they're like kind of flat. But this last week, so I went to the conditioning part, and all of the other cardio machines that I was able to do were taken, and I'm not gonna do the skier. I don't know how to do that. So only running was left, and I was with those shoes, but I was like, well, I can do it. And so the workout was 10 minutes effort, and the effort was supposed to be like 70%, I think, and then 4 minutes recover, and then 10 more minutes of effort. And the point is that you're supposed to push yourself, but you have to hold the effort the same both intervals.
So like your 10K pace, maybe you would say.
Yeah, like I would say faster because it's 10 minutes. So like if you, I counted like this because now I'm training for a 5K in the autumn, and I want to do it faster than 25 minutes. So I have to do each kilometer faster than 5 minutes per kilometer. If I do 2 kilometers, 5 minutes per kilometer, I do 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
Can I do 2 kilometers, 5 minutes per kilometer? Yes, I can do it right now. I cannot do 5, maybe. Maybe I could. I don't know. I haven't tried.
But you're still training, so you don't have to be there yet.
Yeah. But like, I was like, yeah, I can do 2 kilometers. And so if it's a 2 kilometer interval and then 4 minutes recovery, like usually my recovery periods are 90 seconds max. So this was 4 minutes. This is a lot of time. So I was like, I can run that. Like, and I just felt so confident. And like, so I went on that treadmill, and it's not even the normal treadmill. It's the one that you have to run, and from you running it turns.
Yeah, it's like a little curved. And I tried it once. It was weird. I think you have to get used to it.
Yeah, like it's a little harder on it. And also you have to like like see where you put your leg, like your feet
Does
down.
Does it feel like more realistic to being outside?
I don't know.
No.
I wouldn't,
because that's what some people say. But I think like you said, you have to spend too much time like thinking about being on it.
Yeah. Like, I guess if you do it more often, but I don't do it often. And then also I cannot walk on it because then I get nauseous, like if I get off. But running is fine. So back to the story. So I went on that machine and I ran for 10 minutes at like 5 minutes per kilometer. And then I recovered for 4 minutes. My heart rate went back to like 100, like really recovered. And then I did another interval and it was the same kind of hardness of interval. And like I think I did like a couple calories more in general, but I just felt so proud of myself in the sense that I joined this gym and I'm very, very new there. But the fact that I could like control, like I knew my body so well that I could control those 2 intervals of 10 minutes. I knew that 4 minutes is like plenty of recovery. Like all of those numbers and all that data was like, it like went in through my brain. Like now I explained it for a couple of minutes, but in my brain was like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I could confidently do it. So like I felt confident in my body, which is a very, very good win.
It's amazing. Yeah. Because then it's like when you start doing a sport for a while, like running, you start understanding your real capabilities of what you can and cannot do. So yeah, like how long that long of a break is going to give you, like what effects you'll get from that. And you can build from there. I think that's really cool. Like that's one of the cool things about running is that you start to understand yourself in different ways. And also this like whole thing of always like doing something that's hard, it's not always as hard as you think it is, because you've actually built up this stamina and this ability.
So I think that kind of confidence in your body is very important to have. And I used to not have something like that. I was like, oh, I probably cannot do that or that or that. And I'm like, no, I can do this. I know for sure that I can do this, which makes me feel great.
That's amazing.
Thanks for listening. We hope you will rate, review, and subscribe to help get the word out. We'll be back next week with a new episode. You can find us wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
And you can follow us at runningonempty_pod on Instagram or get in touch with us through our website, runningonemptypod.com for the latest news and episode info.
Okay, love you. Bye. Keep running.